The fun word guessing game is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
That's a snap from the petrol. Mr. Trap Rap No Bizzo from the mud to the tub. And I'm rocking out with Queen Silvy and Tim. You know.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11, good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, got the #1 spot, look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, this is Smooth Tim, and thank you for joining us on another terrific Tuesday on the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. It is now my absolute pleasure to bring to you the Queen herself, the sexiest granny in the world, and everybody's favorite comedian, Queen Silvy.
That's right. It is me, Queen Silvy, on this terrific Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Hey, I am feeling so great, energetic, ready to take on this day. Smooth, how are you today?
I am doing terrific on this Tuesday, and might I say, before anything, you just look absolutely
Stop it!
amazing.
Thank you, Smooth. 2 points.
I am doing terrific, and might I ask, how are you doing?
As always, I am supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose.
That's right.
24/7, 365. Queen. Again, you're just simply
Amazing.
Yes, you are.
Well, it is what it is. I am amazing. Let's keep it real. But you are amazing. Smooth, you are amazing, as well as our amazing guest and announcements for today.
Oh, we do have an amazing show for today's listeners. The multi-talented son of Motown legend, David Ruffin, Mr. David Ruffin Jr. is here, and he's going to be sharing his vocal talents, unique vocal talents, beautiful voice on this man. And we're going to really enjoy an in-depth conversation, thanks to the Queen.
Okay.
Also, while we're on some announcements real quick, our hearts and prayers are going out to the world as the pandemic seems to be popping off a little bit of everywhere. Mm-hmm. More importantly, we're thinking about the people of Ukraine and the devastation they're going through. Looks like they're making some progress, and congratulations on their win for the, what was that, European music contest or something?
Something like that.
Congratulations, Ukraine.
Something like that.
Also, if you would please take a moment, if you look at the top of the screen scrolling, you're going to see different ways of getting a hold of the Queen and I on our social media platforms. But more importantly, go to www.thequeensylvyshow.com. Get yourself hooked up onto our contact page. You can get onto our email list. And you can also get yourself hooked up if you would like to play the Sylvia mid-game, which we just advertised just prior to the show. And that's where we give away cash and prizes.
We love paying it forward.
Yeah,
I love spending his money.
And then we have some other monthly giveaways, so make sure you go there and sign up and give us your email. We'll keep you informed of what we're going. Also, because you are worth it, Foxy 5 Jewelry. It is sassy, elegant, and affordable jewelry and accessories for you and or that someone special. Get a hold of Monica Wright on Facebook or get a hold of her at her website at www.foxy5jewelry.com. Another way to keep up with this queen is for everybody to go to our YouTube site. Simply go to YouTube and type in The Queen Silvy Show. You can enjoy the content of all three of our shows, as well as some other projects, movies, and things like that the Queen and I work on. So go there and enjoy that, and make sure you please subscribe while you're there. Also, how your lawn look says a whole lot about you, and with all this spring rain and hot weather, it is popping. So put that lawn care maintenance into the hands of a professional who really cares. That's Top Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. They have commercial residential services available for you all year long. Give them a call for a free estimate, 419-708-0005. Some quick shout-outs on the analytics before we get started from last week's show. Canada, the United Kingdom, Mexico, France, Denmark, Jamaica, New Zealand, and the good old US of A. Thank you all for tuning into our show.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you listening.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Smooth.
Thank you, Queen.
Hey, and thank you for tuning in to the Queen Silvy Show on this terrific Tuesday. Hey, you have time to spread the word. You are in for some super greatness. That's right. My guest is super. You are super. And I'm what, Smooth?
Amazing.
Damn right, I'm amazing. And guess what? You know how I am on a Tuesday. I'm fasting, haven't eaten yet. We want to get this done. Guess why? So I can grub.
So you can go grub.
So I can grub. So listen, the phone lines are open. You're more than welcome to call in, ask our guest a question, holler at Smooth or myself, or give a shout out. That number is 817-602-0577. That is the number to the Queen Silvy Show. Again, thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening wherever you are, as we aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talents, and topics from around the world just for you. In fact, before I begin my conversation with my wonderful guest, what I'd like to do at this moment is, I like to accept that, yes, thank you, but I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. You'll never live a happy life if you're always worried about what other people think of you. I mean, you shouldn't live to please everyone else. Live for yourself. Because if you live for people's acceptance, hey, their rejections can eat you alive. So don't stress over what you can't control. Just let it be. And move through each day with a happy spirit. After all, it's your real that makes you rare, and you deserve to be happy. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Yes. Shall we begin? Yes, we shall begin again. And I want to welcome my guest, the multi-talented son of Motown legend David Ruffin of the Temptations. He's elevating the Ruffin name in the entertainment world, creating his own legacy crafted by his unique vocal identity. He's here today to share some of his story, but to tell you something I bet you didn't know, and to showcase his hot new music as well. Platinum recording artist, platinum recording songwriter, producer, actor, live from Los Angeles, California. I introduce to you David Ruffin Jr. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for taking the time out of a busy day. I'm sure that you usually probably do, for being here on the show. And yes, you are the one and only multi-gifted son of legendary and former Temptations David Ruffin Jr. May he rest in peace. But now you're known as D-Ruff and D-RJ, right?
Yes, ma'am.
May I have your permission to call you DRJ?
Absolutely.
You know, I like that DRJ. Last night I was like saying it, and I can say it in different kind of words, like somebody from the hood might DRJ. You know, some girl might, hi, can I speak to DRJ? You know what I'm saying? You got this is a ring to that. I'm telling you,
swag to it.
yeah, it is.
That something. Thank you.
You know, the bill collectors might call you and be like, where's DRJ? You know, it's a different, but I like it nevertheless. I'm sure there's many things, but right now, tell me one. Tell me one thing that you wish people knew or understood about DRJ.
Understand and know that I wouldn't even have a platform or a leg to stand on if it wasn't for the fans and the people, the followers, the believers of David Ruffin in the first place. So without all of them, there is no him, which means there's no me. So that's what I want people to know first. And I'm very grateful to carry this torch and to hopefully meet even a fraction of the expectation that they have in me being his only son and carrying this torch. It's an honor. What else I'd like people to know about me is, although I do carry this torch, I have carved out my own lane. Son of a legend, but making my own way.
I understand that totally. I do. I have 8 brothers and sisters, by the way, and you know they just expect me to like just clean up the house, you know, do the regular girl things. I have 5 brothers, 3 sisters, but Smooth comes from a background where his father was quite large, and when he passed, everyone's, oh, your father, you know, expects you to carry on or be like or something. So I kind of relate to that. But before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to your beautiful mom, Queen Gina. I'm giving a shout out to Queen Ashley. You know, I'm also going to send, and I want everyone to also sending my prayers and love for the family of your sister Nitra, who passed last year, complications of COVID. By all means, this pandemic ain't no joke. And, you know, it's no joke on the lives that it has taken, innocent lives. So my hearts and prayers do go out to her family. But now, Daddy, he had a couple of kids from another mother. Is it Cheryl, Nitra, and Kimberly? Is those the only 3 sisters that you have?
Yes.
All right. Shout out to them as well. But now, before we get into the little, I'm not going to say dirt because I'm not that type of woman that's going to be pulling no. I represent, okay? But what I want to do right now with you, Smooth, and myself, I sometimes call it an icebreaker, but hey, you don't need an icebreaker. Maybe I do. So I'm going to do this. We've done with Olympic champions, Grammy winners, indie artists, business owners. Over the 6.5 years of doing what I do, we're pretty much ready to do a CD. Some is bad, some is good.
Got some interesting stuff.
Yeah, some is bad, some is good. But we're gonna find out how I do here. So I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna start the first time, and then the second time you're gonna start it. What this is called sound creation. I am going to do a sound, a beat, a melody, something. And I'm going to keep doing it. Smooth's going to add in, then you're going to add in, and together, right here, we're going to create our own sound. How about that?
I'm with it.
Now, see, now I can't sing. I only sing in the shower, so ain't no pouring rain on me right now. So you can sing if you want to throw a beat, a tune, whatever it is.
Whatever you feel inspired to do.
You can sing. Listen, I like to say this to you and everybody that is listening. You can sing. People say to me often, I wish I could sing. And they're talking to me, and I say, you can sing. It's just perhaps about how well.
See, well now you see, I didn't say I couldn't sing. I said I only sing in the shower. It sound good that way. You know, that's it. That's on time, right?
Only whether it's good acoustics will she sing.
But we're gonna do sound creation right now, and I'm gonna start it out. Don't even hate on me. I don't give a hoot. But here it is. Okay. Boom, 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 smooth. Boom, 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 boom. You boom, boom, boom. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, oh yeah. All right. Okay. I'm starting to feel like a temptation. All
There ain't
right.
no room to spin in here, so no, that ain't gonna work.
Okay, but one more time, and this time we're going to follow you.
Your lead.
Okay.
Hit it.
All right. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, yeah,
Bum 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 bum.
Ooh-ya-doo-ba.
Bum
Oh,
bum bum bum
break it
bum.
down. Yeah, yeah.
Ba-ba-doom-ba.
Bum
All right, now.
bum bum bum
All
bum.
right. Boom.
Ba-bum-ba.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, no, you got me beat. You got me beat. Look out. Show off. Show off. Show off right there. That is a show off. But that's sound
that
creation.
was
See,
fun.
now I feel better. I'm relaxed. You know, I get up, I listen to my jazz, and now I feel pretty good. But you know
Good
what?
job, Smooth. Good job, Smooth.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, he got a little soul in him right now, you know. But listen, you know what? I want to share that we actually, you, Smooth, and myself, have a couple similar things in common that I feel is pretty cool. See, my grandfather, Smooth's dad, and your dad, David Ruffin, were all born January 18th. Right on. Cousin,
Wow.
there was some greatness born on that day. You hear me?
This has probably never happened in the
There
history of
is some great,
broadcasting.
yeah.
I
well,
doubt it really
kid you
has.
not. That is the God's honest truth. I said that when I met Tim, and I'm like, "What? Your dad's birthday is my grandfather's birthday? Oh my God!" But yes, it's true.
Yeah, that was when we first met. And I think because my dad had passed before we went to the cemetery. She looked at the date on the tombstone. She goes, "Well, that's the same as my granddaddy's birthday."
Hey,
I said,
it
"Wasn't
is
that
what it
unique?
is.
That's how paths are. That's just the way the world is."
But you know something else I think is kind of sort of similar, just kind of, is that for me, what I've always wanted to do in life, I've always put on the back burner. It was always other people first. And I was a square girl here in the Glass City. You know, I always had to stay with my mother. The 8 other siblings were all buck wild, but me, I was home. But when my mother got ill and she passed, it was then that I got outside the box. I left Toledo for the first time, and I went and I took care of everything on the back burner, which is now successful in life. And I think with you, DRJ, your inner passion and your purpose of what you wanted to do didn't really come to life till the passing of your dad and or your work with Death Row Records. Where am I at with that?
You're pretty spot on with that. I would have to say you nailed it in the proper order.
Well, you know, for some people that don't know, you know, they might know the tune, but what they don't know is the greatness behind the tune. And I want to put this out right now, that DRJ, David Ruffin Jr., he's the wonder behind Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre's hit song, Gin and Juice, right? Am I right?
Yes, you are. Real quick, I want to interrupt you. So I have a live post up on my Instagram. I'd like you to repeat that phone number real quick. I believe it was 601.
The phone number to the show?
Yes.
The phone number to the Queen Silvy show is 817-602-0577. That is the number to the Queen Silvy show. Wherever you are watching or viewing this live, you may send any questions and comments that way as well. Smooth will definitely get those out to DRJ.
Thank you.
So now I'm not going to start nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even get into it, but is there some beef with you, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and everybody? Just, yeah, no, maybe. What?
You know, I'll tell you, if there was a beef, still, after all these years, it would be it would be me exclusively with a beef. But I have, since those times, grown more, evolved more into my own skin, and I'm comfortable in that. The fact that I didn't get my credits and I didn't get paid, it does bother me. However,
Heck,
I know,
yeah, that would bother me.
I do know, and the people that deeply, honestly, are well rooted in supporting me know that it happened. A lot of the people at the time who were in the vicinity or in the area, in the room, in the studio, in the time zone, they know what happened. And fortunately for me, about a year and some change ago, Snoop Dogg actually publicly confirmed that that was me, amongst other songs on his album. And I would have to say, this point in my life, I know that I have so much more to offer than what I created then. I've created things since then that were, for me, just as
Absolutely.
rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've also said publicly to Snoop, while people were talking about after he acquired Death Row Records, people are asking me, people are asking him, both publicly and in DM, you think Snoop's going to pay you? And, or, hey, Snoop, are you going to pay David? My thing is this: the amount of money that I'm owed, if interest was included, accrued, would probably be somewhere well over $5, $6, $7 million. But what I'm sure of is that I can create that same energy again today.
Amen.
So I try not to hold that disdain, contempt, and or I don't want to be jaded anymore. I was jaded for about 3 years after it happened because, you try and you work so hard to get somewhere and then you get ripped off. And in this business, it's everywhere. You get people constantly trying to take advantage of you. I've had managers taking advantage of me just because of my name. I've had production companies taking advantage of me just because of my name, regardless of what talent or gifts I'm bringing to the table. I would like to say this much: I'm not done. If I retire, I might get on that bandwagon and I might whip it till it's dead. But I've been a firm believer in myself and my capacity to not only heal myself, but to evolve from the things that I learned. I know for sure that I'm still platinum. And I know for sure that it doesn't take one person to validate that for me. So at the end of the day, yeah, I want my money. And I want my credit even more than the money. Hence, if I'd have gotten the credit as opposed to the money, I probably wouldn't be grinding so hard right now today. But then again, maybe I would, because I'm constantly creating things and I'm constantly dreaming. So I'm always got my hands in something, trying to make something better than it was, or make somebody feel better than they did, or I don't need to really elaborate on that,
David,
much farther.
I respect you so on everything that you just said, because I've told many, even these young up and coming indie artists, that, you know what? Now that you got your foot in the entertainment industry, listen, even those in your hood, you're going to find people that's in your camp, people that you collaborating with, and they do not want to see your ass succeed. You feel me? And even these young bucks, I say young bucks like I'm some old senior, but I mean, kids look up to them and they've been in the industry, so like they got it all like that. I'm not hating on Dre or Snoop. They doing their thing, but yeah, they were wrong in doing that. But you know what? Things happen for a reason. That could have happened to make you more of a stronger individual and know that, hey, they see your worth. You feel me? But they don't want that shine to overshine what they got. So go on and do your thing like you're doing. And I'm like, squash it. And sure, that would eat me. That would tick me up, man. I would be going to look for somebody to knock them in their head. My money, these days, these young kids doing some of everything, man, over everything. They'll shoot you over a bad joint.
Well, Queen, you've had.
Right. I've had a few people tell me, you should just go to one of these red carpet events and make yourself popular by punching somebody in the face. And I'm thinking, that'd be very David Ruffin.
Go over there and Will Smith somebody. No, I was just going to say, I mean, you've had it happen, Queen, on the stage where you've walked in and people are doing your comedy routine.
You're going to get that. You're going to get someone who wants to do that. Just means you are doing something right. I'll be like, I tell every hater to this day, if there's a hater out here right now, I want you to know that I love you. Matter of fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know, Queen Smooth, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on the archive, Smooth, what?
Our love is everlasting.
Damn right. Our love is everlasting. We love and appreciate you. But we're going to move on to that, because I don't want to get hype and have to go take blood pressure medicine because I'm talking about Dr. Smooth and Dr. Dre.
We passed. That's history. That's
know what?
history.
I started out and said, I ain't going to ask. I don't want to know. But look where we at. No, I'm moving on to that.
But they say you can't change history.
But I want you to know that, hey, look in the mirror and say, I am better than them. They going to reap what they sow anyway from all the bad. We all are. You know what I'm saying? So I, I'm
There you are. There it is. So there it is.
yep, I'm like that's a song. I'm all about. Let me tell you something. I'm all about music. I'm all about any kind of music because we're raised with 8 kids, and Mama say go outside and play. Man, I ain't have nothing to play. I flicked some sticks together, baby, and made some beats. That's how I knew I was born with music because I can make music. Me and Smooth do this all the time. On a bored moment, have a glass of wine. We get anything around the house and make music. Just have fun. But listen, that's me and Smooth right there. Hey, break it down. But listen, we're going to move on from that because I can be silly all day long. That's what I can be. But I'm born and raised in the Glass City, Toledo, Ohio. You're born not far, about 40, 45 minutes away from Detroit, Michigan, Motown, or Motor City. You know, for you, what was it like for you growing up? And I mean like girls, sports. What was all that like for you?
Well, I mean, Detroit was fun. I mean, I grew up where you didn't have to worry about gun violence, and it's just a good old stick or a fist fight from back in the day. Uh, I used to run home from school. I got chased home from school by girls until I was well into 4th grade. I mean, like terribly. My mom and my father would be like, "What? Where are your clothes? Why are you here in just your pants?"
Wait a minute. Did you say 4th grade? You got 4th grade girls throwing their panties at you?
3rd grade. Yes. And it was because, they learned who dad was. And then I guess, it's throughout my life, I've met people who couldn't get to my father, but gave me the energy that they had built up for him. Whether it was good or bad, I've had that experience since the time I was a little boy, even sometimes today.
So at what point in your childhood, though, I know the girls were giving you panties, even in the 4th grade. I'm like, I could just see this little girl coming home and mama asking her, what is her drawers? She done gave her throat. But anyways, at what point for you, DRJ, did you even realize that, hey, my dad is popular. He's something great?
I realized it very early because he was always, in somebody's rehearsal or there were always a rehearsal going on there in the house. So I realized that he was someone important very early. I kind of think it's weird. I think I didn't really connect him to the Temptations until he left.
Really?
Mm.
Wow, that's deep.
I didn't really connect him until to the Temptations until he left because when Papa Was a Rolling Stone came out, I was like, "Dang, Dad, that's an awesome song." And he was like, "Poop."
That's funny. That's funny.
So, I mean, I think it's really weird, and I'm not embarrassed to admit this anymore because I just didn't know better. But Papa Was a Rolling Stone was my favorite Temptation song. And I was like 10 or 11 years old. And I was like, I realized my politics were way off. So I no longer, voiced that opinion. However, I think I'm safe to say that is probably still one of my favorite Temptation songs because that song in particular defined my father for me.
All right. Okay.
And it was like, wow, it's crazy how they couldn't wait just one more year, or he couldn't behave himself one more year to get that song out. Oh my gosh, I think it might have, changed his life.
Right.
But knowing all of these guys, knowing all these Temptations and what they've all been through, I know that my father wasn't the only one going through it. A lot of these cats had a really tough time,
right?
Not only prior and during, but afterwards. So, I mean, it's a hell of a story to not only be a part of, but to have witnessed,
right?
From a young child. And yeah, I hated, the distractions. I hated that my father was always in rehearsal. I hated that he wasn't home. I hated that there were strangers in the basement making noise. And I hated there was too much smoke coming up from the vents. And I hated it was too loud. And now I miss all of that.
Right.
I miss all of that.
Right.
I was like, I wish y'all would go home. Oh, all this noise. I wish my daddy would come home. All these people distracting him from home.
Yep.
Now I just wish I could see that all happening still.
I feel you.
Knowing him, even at what he would be 80 this past, yeah, he'd be 80. No, he'd be 81.
Wow.
Year.
David,
that's all right.
He would still be trying to be involved.
Right on.
Still be trying.
It's in his blood.
David,
be in the videos. And
I have a question, David. Was you ever able to attend one of his shows?
Oh my God!
And what did that do to you? Seeing that,
I actually was with him on tour, on a reunion tour. So I mean, and afterwards, I've seen his shows. There's publications of me on stage watching him perform.
Right. How did that affect you? Did that really inspire you, saying, you know what, I really want to do this? I feel the energy.
Absolutely not.
Right? Well, you know what? I think all of that just helped you because you have great stage presence. You know how to do your own thing. And I mean, we all have, the world has sung David Ruffin's hits from My Girl and Ain't Too Proud to Bad. Everybody knows, excuse me, The Temptations. And they've all probably seen the movie, which I'm personally going to say, I don't believe that shit to be true. Okay? But I heard you say, DRJ, once that people out here are glorifying David Ruffin for all the wrong reasons, and you want to make sure your music doesn't feed into that. Tell me what you meant and what's some of the wrong that they're doing or saying.
What I meant by that was not only because of the demographic that my father came from, but the perspective of what musicians today, especially, and that's a stretch to call them that, musicians and or artists are taking from him. And what I've noticed more is that there are some people who find that there's more to him than a character. There's more to him than a persona. And some of those people delve deeper into his history and his music as opposed to his image in a movie where he was the villain of the whole thing. If you think back to the movie when it first came out, and I didn't watch it at first, but I mean, it was a 2-part movie, and the whole first half of the movie was David Ruffin and what he's doing to affect the group, either in a negative or a positive way. But more so, it seemed to be this, every story seems to need a villain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was like my father was the villain of the Temptation movie. And the people who were around him that weren't of Temptation affiliated were the other villains or the sidekick villains in the movie. And everybody that was with my father was not a sidekick or a flunky. Although there were way too many of them than there were people holding him accountable. My father didn't atone for much because nobody brought things to his attention. I get why they chose to make him the villain of everyone, because in actuality, the rebels of the group, I guess, and the time when they were at their hottest would have been my dad and Paul. Melvin and Otis and Eddie were the more laid back ones, especially Eddie. However, I've learned, and I've seen in other people's careers, first generation and second generations, that this element of entertainment, this music world, if you don't make it, if you don't find gratification in what you've done for yourself, you become a slave to it. It's like a bad drug. And I've learned myself, even though it's my primary life, is music is my primary and everything. Of course, I have other hustles. Most entertainers do, because with the world of streaming and the beginning of Napster, we've been getting ripped off and ripped off and ripped off for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It now is to the point where um, I don't even want to be necessarily on a major label anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm
Are you roughing it
affiliating. I'm
records?
always roughing it. I'm always roughing it. Two different spellings, but I am more recently affiliating myself with the other side of the music so that I can make a difference and not have to see so many people, especially those that I might believe in or someone that I might know from one degree of separation believes in, to not let them be defeated, to not let the elements of the deep water drown them. The artists who are trying to make it that are really artists, there's people out here to help you, including me.
All right. Where's my audience at on that one?
The artists that are out there mimicking and fronting and pretending like the persona that they got from the movie of David Ruffin, I ain't got nothing for you.
Right
Don't
on.
bother. Don't bother me.
Right
I'll know
on.
your heart. If you come at me and you think to yourself, oh, I'm genuine, I'll know. And then you'll know if I return the call or if I call you back or if I want to work with you, you'll know.
Right on.
I don't do negative music.
Right.
I'm not trying to be ratchet anymore. I'm trying to uplift, empower, and strengthen not only like-minded individuals, but the village. And the village can constantly grow if we're all doing and thinking proactively. So if you got some music, you need a hook, if it's a party jam and there's some cuss words in it and whatever, I don't care. I'm an artist. But I do respect women, and I'm not blasphemous. So regardless of what songs I've done in the past, regardless of what you might have seen or what you might have read about me, I, unlike some of us, have evolved, and I'm much shinier gem than I ever was.
So
Where's
now
my-
we can hear that in your music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
more than just the music. I mean, come on. We're talking music, but before the end of this show, I want you to sell me a BMW. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to go get that in a minute. But listen, give it up. Where's my audience? Audience, give him some. I charged my audience the night before, so we're going. We're good. We're good. We're good. But you know, I'm sure that you experienced the happy perks and you experienced some of the peer pressure throughout your life, just from being David Ruffin's son, or just from being a nice, handsome man, or just from being the color that you are. We all in life go through it. But you are a celebrity child. And even though you're a celebrity child, hey, let's face it, we are all humans. Sometimes the path of depression and other things might seep in, making it easy for you to go that away instead of taking on the challenge that you're faced and coming out with a testimony of survival. Let's just say that there.
Right. Regardless of the yield.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So tell me what you did. How did you come through any of the ups and downs and the challenges of depression in your life?
The power of prayer, the power of self confidence. I'm a man growing into a man. So I am not unable to learn, and I'm an open book at the same time. Transparency is what's really important, even when people don't necessarily like what you put out. If you're honest about it, no one can really refute it.
Right.
You might not like it,
Right.
but you'll never be judged a fake, or you'll never be judged a fraud. And I'm fortunate to have had, a good, solid, small group of people who keep me accountable. And it hasn't always been like that. So I get it with these young folks. Nobody's keeping them accountable. They don't want to listen to their parents. They want to listen to their friends, which those friends that they acquire turn into their families. Some of us have family that are not blood. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be a follower. Just be a leader, even if you're leading your own band. If it wasn't for being a creative mind, I probably would have stumbled and fallen on my face and not gotten up. But I've fallen on my face plenty of times in this particular industry, and I always get up. And the reason that I get up is because I have a self-inflicted debt to pay to not only my father and my mother, but to their legacies.
Amen.
Wow.
So today, right now, today, are you comfortable in your own skin? Do you like who you
Absolutely.
are?
Absolutely. Do I like who I am? Yes, I do like who I am, and I am in love with the idea of who I'll know a year from now.
All right. I like that. I can deal with that. So, I hope that those that are watching and listening and even learning, getting motivated from what DRJ is saying right now, I want you to know that, he's a human being just like we all are. And when you said that you like your own skin, see, that matters, because if you say, "Oh, I don't like my own skin," you're still dealing with some back issues things. To like yourself means you're accepting and you're moving forward. You're doing your own thing. So, okay, off the bat, give me something. What do you do to keep your mind stable? What do you do for your health? Give me something that I don't even know that you do that's positive, that's good when you're not into music, that is.
1964, 1968
Ooh.
Cadillacs.
You rebuilding?
Yes, restoring and yes.
All right.
That is my thing. That is what I mean. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm still recovering from a broken finger where the 64 Cadillac rim fell on my whole hand. But I mean, I also enjoy some simple things like ice cream and like riding a bike and my scooter and swimming and PlayStation. I'm a normal dude, like you
Right.
said. I sit here at my desk and I have keyboards and I have music and I have, extensions to producers, and I do that for fun as well. I mean, I've been doing music for fun. It has not been financially rewarding in any way, shape, or form. However, it's fun to get out and perform for people. It's nice to see and meet people. It's nice to hear not only their stories about how long they've been down with me, but how long they've been down with Ruffin. I don't have a huge expectation. I've never told people I'm a singer. I will say this with confidence. I'm a writer and I can write almost anything music wise. I just so with the singing part, I just so happen to be able to convey the words better than some others might. Or how it happened for me is I was writing songs for people who could sing, and then they wouldn't sing it the way I wrote it. And then the producer or someone would be like, "Hey, can you go in there and cover it so they understand?" And then they get, they're either intimidated and don't want to do it, or the producer's like, "Well, how about we just put the song out on you?" And I'm like, "Well, that's not part of the program, and you're about to lose your artist just to make, you're trying to make me look good." I don't. Anyway, I'm saying that I'm getting a little sidetracked, but I forgot my point, and that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I
freestyle.
want to just say this because see, my mother could have been a seamstress. Okay, I sew for myself, but I have to find my own path. I have to find my own purpose. I have to find what thing I like to do. You've done poetry, rap, and rap is your thing. You're a songwriter. You're singing, acting. All of these things can be for you a type of therapy as well. You're expressing,
Absolutely.
you're getting it out, but it's a type of therapy. Now, speaking of acting, you are going to be playing an attorney in an upcoming film. Give me some of that.
Amen.
Give me some of that. Tell me about that.
I am playing one of two litigation attorneys for Brenda Harris. Brenda's Harris story is the young lady who was a victim of not only child abuse, but child sexual abuse and incest. Her father, for a large portion of her life, violated her, and at some point, she decided to, take her power back. She went a little over the top and unfortunately dismembered him and chopped his stuff off and threw it in the water. I don't believe it was ever recovered.
Wait a minute.
Woo!
She did
That's
some
deep.
Wait, that sounds like Lizzie Borden. No, what?
No, Lorena Bobbitt.
Lorena Bobbitt too.
That's some deep stuff right
Damn.
there.
Yeah, but fortunately for her, she her story, didn't fall on deaf ears, and her being Black in a white judicial system didn't work against her. It initially seemed to do so, but inevitably she got off, and she's doing much better now. I think she's, healing, and the elements and the people and the energies around her are keeping her safe and keeping her tight. I am really glad to be able to represent attorney Anthony and with her for her in this film. And we started shooting in December of last year, and only because of hiatus with the executive producer she had to force herself into hiatus, not only because of COVID issues, but some family issues where she lost one of her children, unfortunately. So soon here, we're about to pick back up on that, and I'll be adding that to the reel that I'm working on now and to my IMDb in hopes of landing some more roles here in the near future. I've also been in, 4 plays that have toured, 2 of them nationally. So I've been, off and on, I've been keeping my acting chops up and expect to transition into that just about as much as I'm doing this music, within the next year or 2. I plan on being on GQ magazine cover.
Okay.
And 2 of your favorite movies.
Okay. What type of roles do you prefer?
Because I find so much joy in singing different types of songs, I don't have a pigeonhole or a typecast to offer.
You can do it all.
I
Okay.
can do it all. I'm not afraid to do it all. Not only am I not afraid to do it all, I'm excited to challenge myself for any type of role.
Well, that would be then. Would you take a Broadway?
Absolutely. Done that, been there, and would do it again.
Okay.
Do you like scary movies?
I do.
Do you really? I love scary movies. I'll be threatening Tim. He'll never mess with me because I love scary movies. Okay. He's like, I'll be like, go to sleep. I'm just a comedian. I'd be like, no, really, go to sleep. Where you going to sleep at? But no. Listen, let me get back on you. I want to show this clip because when I saw it, oh man, it just moved me so. But I also think that this clip shows your trueness in singing, in rapping, and appreciation. Check this out, y'all.
Oh no. Hang on a second. It did it again.
No, it's so good.
I'll get it.
Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna show that. That's
Here we go.
showing justice. It got a little bit clipped off, but you can go on the social media and you can find that. I think that was so special to your mom, Queen Gina, on Mother's Day. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's got himself muted. David, you're muted.
Play it from the top, and it's Jenna.
Jenna. Okay, I said Gina. She gonna send me a message and say,
"Oh, she gotta curse you out."
She
Queen.
is. She gonna curse me out.
Oh man,
Queen Jenna. Hold on.
Really
you know what? I'm ghetto. I saw Gina. You know how the ghetto is. It's Jenna. Okay. I'm from the hood. Forgive me.
Hey, you understand? Toledo's outside Detroit. You understand why she is how she is.
Right, but that was for my mama and any other young man or woman who feels like I did about their mother. And maybe if you don't mind, you could just go ahead and run it back.
Run it back. Yeah, I love it. I really do.
Yeah, let's see if I can get her one more time.
Come on, Smooth. You got this.
Right? Right?
See, I got this off of your, I think we stole this from your mama's
Page, yeah.
page. Hang on, let me get to that.
Yeah, we gonna play this. We'll be here till I eat my lunch, and we gonna play this.
I don't know why.
Okay, so there's one flaw. Okay, it's
There's
okay
one
because
flaw.
there's some rapping in there.
Facebook
Look,
only let me take part of the video. Damn that
Sorry,
Facebook.
I could have sent it to you if I'd have known that was in the
Yeah,
plan.
see, that's why I wanted to talk.
We wanted to
because-
surprise
because I
you.
had a lot to say and to do, and I saw that. I'm like, nope, we got to
Isn't that special?
It is. He's rapping, he's singing. There's so much passion in there. It's real. And listen,
I'll tell you what, it's on his Facebook page, right?
that, and I'll put it
So
on my
they can
page
come to your
as well.
Facebook page and take it.
I'm gonna put that out there because I think that is so great.
It is special.
But tell me, DRJ, what do you find most rewarding about what you do?
That's a good question. What does DRJ find most rewarding about what he does? The versatility, the ability to. So I've had filters for my emotions and faces before there was ever an application for it. So I'm able to do different types of music, and I'm able to write different types of music: blues, country, hip hop, rap, R&B, jazz, you name it. And I think that is probably the biggest bonus, is that I can explore way more types of music than most people are even willing to. Now, there's a reason for that. So my mom being Italian and my father being Black and Indian, I was brought up in a household that had all kinds of music. So, like, the white kid who likes R&B music grew up listening to his parents' music, but he likes R&B. And then the black kid grew up with, urban music, but likes some rock.
Yeah.
So that was me. Both. Yeah. I was both of those.
Right.
So because I've had so much exposure to music, I think I'm able to regurgitate some of the energies, some of the vibes, some of the flow, some of the smoothness.
This begs the question, how did you learn music theory and how to write music proper? Where did you acquire that skill, Dave?
By the grace of God. I did not take any classes. I did take singing lessons once, and I've had voiceover classes a couple times, but that was all later in my career. I don't know. I've been winging it.
Well, you know
You're
what?
doing a great job.
You're doing an excellent job. Plus, you have another, what I call special skill, which is when your dad taught you how to take a song and, fling it, revise it, redo it. Smooth do that with the guitar. He played the guitar. He'll take a song and revise it and just make it his own and flip it. So, I mean, you're extremely skillful. And I want to give hats off to you because our youth really need mentors. They need to have someone show them how to even keep music alive, and not get so gone off. The music industry is evolving all the time. And, back in the day, the main thing was getting signed to a contract. Now it's independent. We are independent artists. Independents winning these awards and things. How are you even navigating in today's music industry? Do you ever feel intimidated from these little young wannabes? And some of them going to be an overnight YouTube sensation. You didn't used to have all that.
I don't love it, but kudos and props to them for having a shortcut.
Right.
I'm not a fan of beats. Even when I'm rapping, I could be pretty ratchet and pretty gully, but I'm a fan of tracks, not beats. Beats don't really breathe to me.
So tell the
Um,
difference. Someone don't understand what you just said from the beats and that. What's the tracks? Yeah.
okay, so people will go on to YouTube and find an instrumental beat, and it basically sounds like damn near the same thing all the way through. There's no
Yep.
progressions. There's no vamps. There's no bridges. There's no
Synthesizer.
some cases there's intros, but nowadays they don't even do skits in between songs anymore because nobody's putting out albums, and I understand that. I mean, I've been working on an album forever, but um, it's really hard for me as I get older because the music that is submitted to me sounds not bad necessarily, but more hip hop than R&B. Now, I am both, but because of who I am and because of what I represent and because of what I've already laid down for music history, I've got to, when I end my career, I'm going to be, or want to be, aim to be as parallel with my father as possible. Not in the eyes of the public, just for me.
All right. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to leave your own type of legacy. I understand
I was
that.
going to ask that too.
Absolutely.
I understand that
However,
100%.
I do want to leave my own legacy, but again, it's there's two elements to that. I also want to continue what was given to me.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, it's very difficult at times if people don't understand to live in the shadows of a father figure who has a claim and still want to leave a individual identity and legacy of your own that makes a difference.
Well, see,
Yeah,
that brings.
there's a lot of juniors out here, and some of them, most of them, probably don't understand the pressure or what could be considered frustration or dilemma in carrying that name in a particular genre of life. I mean, there could be a junior who is the junior to Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of juniors out here that are trying to live up to what their fathers did,
Right.
and some, like
Right.
Sammy Davis was a
Right.
junior that
Yeah.
probably preceded what legacy his father was leaving for him. And there are other juniors, and there will be more. So, I mean, a lot of the juniors out here in the world just don't understand, the pressure that is put on some of us who are coming from, you know, uh, an entity or a brand with such a large reach and such a large span. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't know the name David Ruffin, right? There's a lot of people who don't know the name The Temptations, but I tell you, every time somebody has introduced someone to me or introduced me to someone and said, hey, this is David Ruffin's son from The Temptations, and someone would say, mostly younger, who?
Don't that just
From-
piss you off?
No.
No, it shouldn't.
I mean,
Hold on,
I
let
would
me
get
finish,
tired of.
Let me finish.
Okay.
They would say, who? From what group? And I would say, hold on. Have you ever heard a song called My Girl? Now, you could do that to a 6-year-old damn near. I've done it. And they would go, oh. So I'm saying that even though people don't know, maybe not his name or what group he's from, that song and that voice is something incredible for a junior to have to live up to. And because I chose this music world, there before the grace of God go I, because I'm leaving myself open for judgment. And I'm, again, fortunately, because I wasn't always confident enough in my skin to go ahead and tackle that. I would not sing a David Ruffin song for fear of judgment. for fear of
Ooh,
failure.
I want to jump and say something right now, but I'm gonna
Go
wait.
ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
no. I have a format, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna say that
I,
in a.
I,
I'm gonna say
I
that in a
have.
minute. I'm not gonna jump the ball, but I do want to say, DRJ, that you're blessed. You know, you're now mature and older than your dad was when he passed in '91. You realize that? So he done his thing. He left his legacy. What you want to be remembered for?
The same. I don't want to be remembered for a movie that uh, made me out to be a villain. I want to be remembered for making the Ruffin shine shinier.
All right.
Um, I don't, I don't want to create new waves. I just want to keep the water flowing.
All right.
I'm not out here in a competition with my dad or anybody else.
That's right.
I just want to leave something tangible. I want to leave something that my children can be proud of. God forbid I leave before my mama, but I would like her to feel good when her day goes, to know that I did everything that I could and aimed to make her and both my father and children proud. Um, I can only pray that people remember me for my intentions, because I may fall short and I may fail and I may not make it, not only to where I want to go, but where other people's expectations are. But don't think and don't doubt that I've always been trying, to whatever capacity I had in that day. And I will
Okay.
continue to do so, so that that legacy lives on through me and through my three sons.
Hey, well, you know what? That question wasn't asked like you going nowhere. Where you going is up. Continue to soar. Continue
Oh,
to
and I'm
make
healthy as an ox
right
too,
on,
so let's
right on.
go.
And hey, everything you do is beyond platinum. I didn't even, I wanted to say gold, because from what I've looked at and seen, oh, it's gold. It's been gold even when people backstab you, be a two-face, you were already gold. You feel me? Whether you saw it or not, or someone saw potential, whatever, you was always that there. You represent well. Your new music that you represent as well. I think some of your well, maybe you tell me. Your music represents some experience in there. You know, I'm going to play Cry, 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 but I got to go back again, because you're a songwriter. You write songs. You can write any kind of song. I've had so many songwriters on the show over the years that, I got motivated to write my song, because a song is a story, right? I'm going to tell you, see Smooth getting that look because he already know. I'm writing a song, DRJ, but my problem is I don't know how to cut the song off. Song right now about to be a book. Take it and make a movie. I can't cut it off. Part 1, part 2. How the heck you cut off a song? That's my problem.
Well, so look, here's like I'm talking to you off camera. So you try to write a song. Less is more.
Less is more. So now I got to cut it. And
Less is more.
Okay, less is more.
Don't think that every word has to be conveyed with diction. It can be conveyed, it can be emoted. It can be conveyed with the feeling on your face. It can be emoted with a tone or the stretch of a word.
Like,
So for instance, you have a song and you wrote, I really like the way I feel when I'm in love. I really like being in love. Just shorten it. And then when you've shortened it, you have more space to bend or mold or shape the way that word begins and or the way that word ends. So you say it just goes on and on and on and on.
Now I have a question, David.
Okay.
Do you look for a hook in your song when it comes to lyrically and or rhythmically?
So it depends on the track. Um, I would say more so than not, I start with a hook. But
Mm.
there are those times when there's no hook in sight and I've just got a plethora of words falling out of my head. So then I will find in the verse, and in your case, Miss Sylvie, in the extension of that verse, a collaboration of words or a word that I can focus on
Mm.
in that verse. And then from that verse, I'll pull a hook out of the verse that I've written. I'll find a hook, and then I'll place it in the timeline between 8 to 16 bars, sometimes 4. Then I'll know how much space I have to write so it doesn't go on and on and on.
Got that.
Then I'll put in the core words of those hooks in those core words. I'll try to find words to replace, like the skill that you talked about my father created.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look for a way to make that verse the same. I mean, that hook the same, but slightly different, whether it's a word or the intonation of the delivery of a word. And then we start worrying about things like bridges. And so you got that first verse, and then you found a hook, and then you have flown your hook, and now you need something to change. You go into the verse. Fortunately for you, because you wrote such a long verse, you can cut it in half and put that on the other side of that second hook. Now your song still makes sense.
You done gave me some damn homework. I'm gonna try that. I really am. Because look, one other question.
That was
is this.
Songwriting 101,
that
in case
really
you
was.
wondered.
That really was. That straight out was. That straight
That
out
was
was.
Songwriting DRJ.
Right? I'm gonna try that there. But look, when you do a single in the music industry, do they have a certain amount of time that they say this is how long a single should be? Not like Queen and Bohemian Rhapsody size length. Is there like, should you focus on between so many minutes? You know, when you're writing a song.
The element that you started with, you just go with however long it's going to be. You just go and go and go and go until you say to yourself, okay, this is long enough, or this is mundane. One of the two. And there's no necessarily prerequisite for how long. I would
Just
say
not my length, I guarantee it. Just not the long. This just not the length that mine's is. But I'm gonna take those notes and that advice and try and see if I can splice it and make sure. You laugh now, but I'm serious.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking size matters.
Oh, well, there you have it. You heard it from a man, ladies. Hey, he said size matters. That's a whole nother story. We're going to talk about some of that on another. Yeah. But you know what? Tell me.
Matter.
Yeah, it does.
Matters. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Size matters. So.
Boats and cars and stuff like that, yeah. trying to keep this for children now.
No, we're not. But you know what? I'm gonna just move on because I want to know about "Cry, Cry, Cry." This is a music video that's out right now. It's out on all the platforms. It's a great song. But tell me about the song. Who are you talking about? Someone in particular from real experience, or is it just a song that?
All of my songs come from real experience, even if they're not my own.
Okay.
But Cry, Cry, Cry does come from my own experience. Cry, Cry, Cry comes from the one time I was married.
Okay.
And it's a real story. Almost.
I heard a little bit of the story about a little over a year marriage, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little bit over a year. And it was, the music that I'm making these days, that song was made 3 years ago. Actually, it was made much longer than that, but I revisited the production of it 3 years ago, and was the release 2020, I believe that was released. 2019, it was 2020. And I wasn't going to release it because it wasn't the positive vibes that I was thinking, but the music that I'm doing is all based on some sort of love. Now, it's a broken heart song, but it's based on love. And it's also A broken heart song, from what I've been told, is a man's perspective. Those of us men who are just consider ourselves super alpha, even when it comes to love, are afraid of some of the things that make us feel inadequate and or insecure. And because size matters. Now, size matters in the amount of effort, in reference to this, that you put in. You get in what you put out, or you don't, you come up short, and you come up short-handed. Love is very tricky. Most people get into love because that's what they are. Some people get into love because that's what they need.
Right on.
You reap what you sow, right?
Right on.
Right.
Right on. This man got
this song is a sad song in a way, but
it's real.
But it's real, and I made it so that the women could hear a voice from us men that most of us men can't voice. And I made it for the men so that they don't have to be in their frustration alone.
They can relate. Hey, well, you know what? I'm going to present it to you right here. It's an outstanding song, message in the music, as I present to you DRJ, David Ruffin Jr., and Cry, 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 right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
I don't think I wanna look into her eyes. She would do so, but she sure gives it one hell of a try. I never knew something could be wrong with something wrong. Be falling in love with this woman. All she ever seems to do is give me girl, why you trying to make me man? Do you feel a little better when I'm sad? Why you wanna make me cry? Girl, say you love me, but it feels like a lie. It's a shame that whenever my money ain't right, she acts a fool, yes, Lord. And that's the one thing about her I don't like. I never knew something could go wrong so fast, so fast. I made sacrifice for this woman, but all she ever seems to do is scream on me. I can't get no sleep. Girl, why you trying to make me man? Do you feel a little better when I'm sad? Why you wanna make me cry? Say you love me, but it feels like a lie. Look in her eyes. She ain't Medusa, but she sure tries. I never knew nothing to be wrong with me wanting to be in love with a woman. All they ever seem to do is give me grief. Why you gotta make me sad? make me mad, mad, mad. Why you wanna see me cry, cry, cry? And then when you ask if I love you, lie, lie, lie. Why you wanna fight with me all the time? There's nothing else to separate my mind. I wanna make love to you. You wanna nick and pick and make me go away. Then I'm at the bar behind the tree, and I pick another one and I think exactly what I'm doing. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna stagger my way out the door. Get into my car and hope I make it.
If I make it home.
My bed and
Hope I'm home.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That man got out of that chair.
Where did you go?
Wait a minute. DRJ, what was this here in the video? Like, oh, I know what that means. You know,
Oh my God. Ah.
that giving me grief, and all this. Oh boy, I'm gonna tell you something. Men and women out here can relate to that there, straight up. If you ever been
That's
married
right.
before, look, I've been married 3 times and couldn't get it right. Smooth is the one. Okay,
Got it right?
got it right. And you know what? I've lived around this man. He lived in Bowling Green. I'm in Glass City, Toledo, and never knew. We worked with each other, past each other, never ever until time
When the
was
time
right.
was right.
And time was right when social media let you Google a person too. You know what I mean? After them many divorces, you come at me, I am gonna Google your ass.
Wait.
Who
'Cause
are you?
You know how it became like when the dating apps all started out, right? Yeah.
The MySpace.
And she goes, well, tell me about yourself. I said, I'm not going to tell you anything because a person can tell you anything. I said, what you need to do is simply Google me.
Well, don't believe everything
And I
you
said,
see on
what,
Google
but,
either.
I mean, no, but it was a little bit more reliable
But, yeah.
back.
After our first date, I'm
16,
happy
wow.
to say it.
We've been
I'm
together
very
for a
proud of
long
it.
time.
After our
Yeah.
first date, Tim drove to Toledo in a U-Haul to get his queen, and we have been married 15 years. So there it is. There's love for someone, everyone out there. And I want you to tell these ladies out here who talking about, ooh, can he come over and woo me? Can you tell what?
Wait, I gotta read. Gloria said he made me cry.
Well, she got a reason why. If she's crying, then she knows something.
You must have touched her heart.
That's so sweet.
I'm glad.
So
glad.
besides this right here, DRJ, what type of person would intrigue you? What type of person, female? Like, give the girls something.
I just want you to be you. I just want you to be unapologetically you. I just want to know everything that comes with you. Don't bring me a facade. Don't bring me the fake. You don't got to put on all of the stuff that you think you needed to get my attention. Just be. I'm a people person, and I enjoy people. But what I don't enjoy about a lot of people is their either desire or attraction to showing someone what they think they want to see. If you're not ready to commit to yourself, then you can't commit to someone else. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be right. You don't have to be wrong. You just got to be true. You just got to have love,
Right on.
and you got to have faith,
Right on.
and you got to have a little bit of compassion. I don't want anybody around me that's not trying to build somebody. because nothing great is done alone. And I'm sure I can do more. I've been single a long time. But my career has been a distraction for my relationship in a lot of cases. Um, my wife was an artist, and then she stopped being an artist, and she wanted kids. And I was like, wait, we weren't going to do that for 4 years or 5 years. And so she was great, but she changed on me. And I get it. We all have an internal clock that makes us nervous. I'm double nickel, so I get it. But I'm still not going to make myself more attractive than I really am. I go to large extents to not be fake, and I go to really large extremes to keep myself accountable. And I would want someone in my life that had the power, the wherewithal, and the knowledge on how to do so.
All right.
That's
I think what it really
Well said.
people are afraid to get naked in many ways. That's
really,
it's come at me just like you say. Just take all that bullshit off
And you have to accept me for me. That's the
and
bottom line.
be you, so that we're looking at each other, as human beings and not as this facade of what you portray yourself to be. I want to know who David is.
Right.
I don't need to know. I don't need to know the stage person. I want to know David.
Right.
look, okay, so I'm losing my hair. I've been losing my hair a long time, and I almost got the little Bosley thing, and I almost did the little fake plants and the plugs and whatnot. And I thought to myself, are you really that insecure that you would alter who you are?
Or is that you? You know what I mean? Some people, that's their thing. I mean, but nah.
Well, yeah, well, see, I mean, like, coming from where I come from, and I saw, my mom and two of my sisters were in the beauty industry. So, I mean, I saw a lot of it. And what I did learn, who I learned from most was my parents, both my mom and my father. And they didn't do this collectively. They didn't do this with a plan. But what I've learned from both of them about appearance, I am a regular dude every day. But there are times when I have to put on the expectation. And when I put on the expectation, you're going to get it all. But when I'm not doing that, don't expect that, because that will be, for me, annoying. I'm not David Ruffin, a character from a movie. I'm not David Ruffin Jr. of the character from a movie. I'm David Ruffin of the David Ruffin that was a real dude who had real problems, who had shortcomings, failures, just like everybody else. People think that he was, rich and famous and untouchable. He was touchable, and he was regular. He just, unlike myself, got stuck. He got a little stuck in that. And I get it, because everyone he turned to expected that from him. Mm-hmm. Fortunately for me, I haven't set that kind of guideline for me in my life. I don't even accept it when I'm in the circles of performance. I'll tell the people, the promoters, whoever put the show together, they're doing the David Ruffin, and I'm grateful for it. But at the end of the day, they'll see before the show and after the show, you got to go out of your way. I live life. I know what life is about. I have not been no silver spoons over here. I've been grinding every day, before my father died and after. Granted, if he was still here, things might have been a little bit easier. But that's okay. What it's done is made me who I am for the people who need me to be what I am today.
Right on. Hey, man.
But it's great. But I've gotten over the same thing that you've gotten over, and that's when you walk up, or somebody walks up and introduces you. Hey, here's David Ruffin's kid.
Well, you don't know Smooth's side.
And you're just like,
no.
okay, but I'm past all that shit.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how many times I would be chilling with somebody, and my nicknames throughout life were Little David, D Ruff, Bam Bam. People would introduce me and be like, "Well, you know,
Yep, I hear you.
this is actually David Ruffin Jr." And I'd be like, "Can you not do that?" Because what happens is people instantly
change,
turn on that fake switch.
Yep. Right. That's what we were just talking about.
Yep, that's right.
The same shit we was just talking about.
Switch, if you don't turn on that fake switch, if you see in talking to me that there's an allotment of time for you to be yourself, great. If you feel like, I got to turn on to Hollywood, I don't trust you. And as soon as you're done talking, it was nice to meet you.
Right on.
Thank you very much.
Yep, that is right. That is so good. You know, you have a good head on your shoulder. You know, you've been through things, you learned through things, but you know what? I don't see you anyway as being considered lost. No, you are on your purpose. You are on your mission. You are focused and know what it is that you want to do. And all that stuff that you've been through, that's what's making you stronger right now. You know, I want to say the Temptations, the Dramatics, all of them back in the day, you know, things wasn't even like now, but they are what showing these newer generations what grinding is like, what really working is like, what putting in the real work, not that quick synthesizer, I got to beat, now I'm a hit thing type of thing. You know, you've been around all that. Now you're doing your own thing now. So I'm going to ask you, what skills, what lessons have you learned throughout these years? See, because you're mentoring and teaching the young now and putting them under your wing and letting them go in the world in the music industry the right way. What are some of the lessons that you've learned that can help some of these independent artists out here?
Young folks, I have a song that might be attractive to you just in title alone. And in that song, you'll find nothing like what the title might feel like. It's called Motherfucker Work. Yep.
You know it.
You have to be innovative. You have to put your Elon Musk hat on these days, especially if you're authentic. If you're authentic, you have to put your I'm sticking to it hat on. And Elon Musk is a sticking to it kind of guy. Mm-hmm. He goes for what he goes, and he does not alter his course. Don't alter your course. Yes, there's going to be hiccups. Yes, there's going to be hindrances. Yes, there's going to be hurdles. If you fall because of one of those, you know what it is. You learn what that was at 2. Mm-hmm. Get your ass up.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
And try again.
Right on. Say that name of that song again, because I already checked it out. I already know.
Motherfucker Work. It's spelled unlike it sounds.
Right.
It's spelled M-U-T-H-A-M-U-T-H. I'm sorry. M-U-T-H-A-P-H-U-C-K-A-W-E-R-K. One word. Motherfucker Work.
That's right.
It's a really great song. I've even had ordained individuals tell me, I sing this song. It's my theme song. Some of them say, I don't say that part. And then some of them say, I do say that part. And for the ones that say, I don't say that part because it's a cuss word, I said, no, it's not. Look at it. Right. Find it in the dictionary as a cuss word. It's not.
Right.
Because I made it.
Right.
And it means get her done.
That's how you do
it. Get her done.
And that's how you do it. You get her done. You put in that effort. You know.
So that's the David Bonics.
Yeah, but that's all right. See.
My mama calls that ruffinism.
Ruffinism? That's a ruffinism? Okay.
There you go. Ruffin. You know what, DRJ? I am really, honestly enjoying this conversation. You know, you are about so much that I could talk forever. I'm gonna even have to not do the last song I'm going out with because I'm there's so much I want to tap in and say and talk about. Like,
well, we don't have to only do this once.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I would love to have you back because there is so much. Trust me, I do my homework. I know.
Well, let's do a part 2 then.
I would love to do a part 2 on you because there is so much to learn and to know. You have so much to give that I want my entire platform to know this. You know, this has been a great conversation here. But before I play Time of My Life, I do got a couple things I want to tap in on, because see, that's what I mean. They don't know how fabulous you are. They don't know how many different things you are doing. That's you. But this one here, I don't know. Was this you? You tell me, because see, Smooth and myself, we've had people on from The Voice. We've had people on from all those shows, you know. And I wasn't really going to mention it because I don't really care for those type of shows, because I already know back behind what people see on.
Was 250 pounds a bouncer. I ain't worried about nobody.
How was that for you though? I mean, give me the real. Was that cool, or did you feel like, you know what, y'all full of?
It was cool. It was cool. At first, I felt like you said, everybody's full of shit. But over time, I learned how to do that too. I learned how to do that right. I used to get in fights a lot with people who wanted to fight other people. I would fight them. You know, you want to fight somebody, fight me. You want to be obnoxious with me. But I learned over time, that I could diffuse things with simple tones of my voice, sort of the singing thing going on.
Right on.
You know, it was, as you know, Queen said, yeah, we know some people have been on a couple of those different type of entertainment shows, and it's almost, you know, a lot of them had the problem with, it's like they told them what to sing, they told them how to dress, and they didn't like being dictated like that.
That's true. That did happen. It's funny. When I left the studio, when I was finished, I left feeling a little uneasy. First of all, my experience with some of the staff was a little over the top, to the point where, fortunately, production did call me to apologize.
Sounds familiar?
Yep.
Sounds familiar.
But I was relieved, because when I left, I was really leaving with a sour taste in my mouth, thinking like, wow, what a debacle, what a letdown this was. Right. However, after I saw how they put it together, I felt a little more confident. I actually realized me winning the show, or not winning the show, being the last singer, was to my benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy. I was actually happy that I did not win, although I stood to win $5,000 being the last voice on stage.
Okay.
I would not have been able to showcase my talents with the song that they chose to be a duet with Candy Burris.
Right.
And I thought to myself, and talked to my friend since then, the coach, he too was disappointed, because that didn't showcase what he actually could do.
Right.
And the voice that you heard on his first recording, as in mine, was a recording.
Mm-hmm.
We were lip syncing our own recording.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The last performance that he did was live, and the last performance that I did was live and not recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been able to show that.
So listen, I'm gonna just say this, David. Listen, these people made me mad. I wanted to call them up and say, you haters, because listen, I'm gonna tell the God's truth. When I looked at the episode, I almost felt like I was your sister. I'm too young to be your mother. But when you stood there and the lights was on you, and they got the nerve to be over there talking about, wow, he can't sing like his father, saying all these other things that I know that you done heard a million times. I started getting mad, and then the camera went on you, or you're standing there, and I'm thinking to myself, trying to put myself in that place. What is he thinking? You know, it just made me mad. I don't watch those shows because they're full of shit. And
you know what I was thinking when I started singing? When the music came on, you see me standing there, and you see me doing like this.
Right.
I was thinking, I'm gonna be frank. I mean, you guys are the judges, because you were off to my left. I'm gonna be frank. I did like this. I started singing like, "Don't you ever."
Right on.
and the look on my face was, bitch.
Right. checking them in the song. But you know
I'm
what?
sorry. That was my thought. I was a gentleman about it. I wouldn't have said that out loud even if I could have. But I was thinking there was a part of me. I'm being transparent. I'm a real dude. I was like, "Bitch, are you serious?"
Right.
But that's all
Guess
part
what?
of the drama.
I met Candy Burris. Candy Burris and I knew one another way back in the day when she was popping.
Right.
So I just was like, wow, you don't remember me. But that's okay.
You know what? It's
But that's all drama. I mean, they did the one friend of ours that they told him about on camera. They came up on camera that says filming it, and they say, "Oh, by the way, your dad's in the hospital. He had a heart attack."
They were messing with his head, and then they sent him out there to
had him. Yeah, told him while I had him on camera, and it's gonna put that in part of the segment. He's like, "What the fuck
We're not
is
going to
wrong
go
with
there.
you
We're not even
people?"
going to tell you his name. I'm not going there.
That
But
almost
I
makes
just
me-
want
that
to
almost
say
makes me
that
sad.
that you are better than that show, and I don't like
Unbelievable.
how that show and other shows try to make themselves look good and their purpose first.
Yeah,
you know,
and not the artist.
and you know, you are the show. You know what? As a comedian, because I'm a comedian as well. You know, when my mom died and I said I went out and did my thing, I always wanted to do radio and comedy, and I've done them all successfully. But, you know, as a comedian, don't. I lost my train of thought, so I'm going to move the fuck on. Shit.
And that's the second time.
I hate when that happens, and I'm like just rolling on there. But no, it is what it is.
DRJ had it. Now you got it.
I got
Queen.
hyped.
Too far ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I got too hype. I told y'all not gonna make me take no blood pressure medicine. You hear me? Okay, so look, one more thing before we play the music is this. I want to acknowledge that you know cars, and you know you can't be from Motown and not know how to change oil. But it's in the blood. Wait, Uncle Jimmy did it too, right? With cars and things like that. God rest his soul as well. But you know, it takes something to sell cars. And you don't just sell cars. You like the money cars, like the BMW, Mercedes, right? We ain't talking about that Chevette.
No, you actually are. I make provisions for everyone.
Okay. So I want your opinion on the Tesla. Good,
Too bad
bad,
the line
what?
is so long. Too bad the line is so long.
To get one. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
I know my cousin has one, but he got one of the first ones, one of the first editions. Loves it. Loves it.
I love it. I have yet to have one. And like a lot of cars, I fear once I acquire one, I might not sell it, might keep it. But until I can afford to buy one, you know, it'll still just be a dream for now.
Okay. I love it. I'm telling you, we will.
I got one favorite Detroit muscle.
What's that?
What's your favorite? The favorite Detroit muscle car. Favorite
What's yours?
car out of Detroit.
What's yours?
64 and a half or Mustang.
64 and a half Mustang.
What the heck?
My favorite vehicle of all times. Whoa, Detroit muscle car.
Yes, sir.
GTO.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are nice. Too.
Yeah, those were nice too.
Well, y'all both just bumped me all out the water because I'm so square. I just like the Cadillac CTS. That's it. You know?
Oh, you know what? I know what you used to like, and you're going to remember that you used to like this car a lot. Trans Am.
It was okay. You know, Trans Ams and Corvettes, I'm like,
You weren't a Camaro fan?
No.
too
Park
bad.
Avenue, maybe. I used to have a
Parks
Park
were
Avenue
nice too.
back in the day.
Wow, that car was unreasonably big.
Well, I'm just saying. I look cute in it. What the heck? It didn't have to have no gas in it, and I just sit in it and look cute.
You
So
look cute in anything, I'm sure.
Thank you very much. Because Smooth will tell you and tell everybody, tell them, what am I?
Amazing.
I'm damn amazing. You better believe
That's
it.
right.
But listen, we're gonna close it out because listen, you will grant me another one. We will come back and bust it down. I'm gonna even ask all of my audiences what things they want to ask you, and then I'm gonna bust them out and let you know what some of the things they want to, because some of them is afraid. I know y'all is, but nevertheless,
Don't be afraid. Listen, y'all, don't be afraid. Ask me. Maybe you ask me something I've never been asked before. I love a challenge. Come on with it.
All right, I do too. So that's what's up. So before we get into we're going to play. What are we going to play? time of your life.
Yeah.
Before I get into time of life, is there anything that you want to add or anything you want to say? I know you have some upcoming performances because you are a busy guy. You got some?
I just want to say, really just want to say thank you and for having such an awesome, beautiful setup here. I appreciate Smooth. I appreciate you. I appreciate your listeners and your watchers. And as you play Time of My Life, know that I actually have here right in front of me is the video for Time of My Life, which will be premiering. Maybe we can even talk about premiering it on the Queen Silvy show.
Don't you make me burp. I'm like, hold on, wait. What? You know I love that. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Maybe we can even premiere it on the Queen Silvy show, depending on how many people chime in and how many views we get.
Right on.
To see whether we'll premiere it on my YouTube or we'll premiere it over there with you. Right. But that's coming up soon. And I got a show here this weekend if you're in LA. The Songbird Cafe downtown on the 21st at 9 p.m. I'll be appearing and performing there this weekend. Offhand, I have a tentative date for the 28th in Atlanta. And I have something in July and something in August. I'll be in Kansas and I will be in Illinois. I'll be in Denver August 27th. There's a lot going on. So just stay tuned, not only to the Queen Silvy show for more updates, but follow me on all of my social media platforms, which is really simple. It's David Ruffin Jr., no spaces. Feel free to visit my website, too, at davidruffinjr.com. What you're about to hear right now is my newest release as of January 18th, 2022, Time of My Life. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Ooh, look at you. You just done it all. Like, okay. David Ruffin, DRJ. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you being on the show. Honestly, I do. And I'm looking forward to having more of a conversation with you pertaining to the more stuff that because I have so much that I can sit here and chitty chat with you about. What? It is amazing. And no offense, David Ruffin, but it's about David Ruffin Jr., right? It's about DRJ.
That's right.
So, you know what? Thank you for being on the show. We most definitely going to be in touch with you. One of these days, you'll answer your emails from me.
Yes, ma'am. I found it today in spam. That explains that.
Now, hang on a second. There seems to be a note. The 28th Atlanta, OMG. No, you didn't.
Somebody's talking.
No, listen. Don't pay her no mind.
Okay.
You know, she said, no, you didn't.
Don't pay her no mind.
I'm going to do this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You finna get a phone call in a minute. But you know what? It is what it is. Wherever you are, I thank everybody for tuning in for DRJ, David Ruffin Jr., because there's so more in store. We're going to tell the collective, get personal even more with them, as well as some great music. David, I want you to enjoy your day, enjoy your night, all that you have to do. Know that Smooth and myself is here for you. We tell everyone that, and we mean that. And there times where you need someone to just listen, we are there. If there's times where you need feedback, hey, we are the kind of friends that we're going to tell you whether you like it or not. We're going to keep it real.
That.
Yeah, we'll tell you the way it is.
We are going to keep it real. So listen, let's go out. Anything that you want to say about Time of Your Life? Time of My Life.
Enjoy. The video's coming soon.
I want the video. Look at me. I'm all greedy. I want this video.
Want the video.
I just got to have it. No, we're going to.
I'm glad you want it.
Huh?
I say, okay, Monty Hall, let's make a deal.
All right, it is what it is, and it's been a great, terrific Tuesday. Let's get it on with DRJ, David Ruffin Jr. David, thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Wasn't that fantastic?
That was absolutely massive. That's right.
Had a good time.
Check it out. You going to play the music?
Yeah, we can play the music.
He's sitting here just still going on like,
man,
what?
Leave me
Get that
alone.
music on.
Hang on a second here.
Yes.
Thank you, David.
On the Queen Silvy Show. Enjoy.
Be good, Smooth.
Thank you, sir.
about where I spend my time as the joy and the beauty grows. And with so much on my mind, between all the highs and lows, can't help but think about you, girl. Oh, what is more blind than true love? In every single dream I have, you know you're there, girl. Your smile rivals the Mona Lisa, coupled with your style. A rose came from right beneath us. Roses by the dozen for your double time. Here to be your comfort in your tough times. I have compassion for your troubled mind, and here to hold it down for the front line. Hey, you're my sunshine, baby. Coming through on a cloudy day. It's not just sometimes, baby. It seems you have found a way to keep a smile up on my face. There's not much you have to say. I hope you know I feel this way, 'cause I feel the way, yeah. I don't think anyone can love me better, love me better. Euphoria it is when we're together, we're together. Nothing really quite compares. At times I just sit and I stare. Just you and I is the time of my life. I speak the truth and not telling no lies. Cool as ice cream, baby. Any time of day you are. You ain't part-time, baby. You kinda make me feeling more complete. Your smile rivals the Mona Lisa, coupled with your style. A rose came from right beneath us. Roses by the dozen for your double time. Here to be your comfort in your tough times. I have compassion for your troubled mind, and here to hold it down for the front line. Hey, you're my sunshine, baby. Coming through on a cloudy day. It's not just sometimes, baby. It seems you have found a way to keep a smile up on my face. There's not much you have to say. I hope you know I feel this way, 'cause I feel the way, yeah. Rolling down the stream with my loved one, baby, that's me and you. The time of my life, I speak the truth and not telling no lies.
Oh, yeah.
That is
So
what's
eat.
up. Now, you know what? I just heard this song and I'm ready to see the video that goes with it. So stay tuned for part 2. DRJ. David Ruffin Jr., baby. He's going to be right back on
Did
the
the
Queen
release
Silvy
of
Show.
that
We're
new
going to keep
video?
you informed when that will happen. Hey, I thank you for tuning in on this terrific Tuesday. I know people are wondering, Queen, you didn't do shout outs. Hey, I got your back. I have the shout outs for you right now. Shout out to Jenna, Queen Jenna, because see, I didn't know I had her name wrong. So I apologize for that. Shout out to you, Queen Ashley, Queen Follette Clark, Queen Kenneth Rouse, Helen Myers, Peace Myers, shout out to you. Shout out to Corey and Casey Patinio, Joan Mercer, shout out to you. Queen Asia, Aaliyah, Tay, Maya, Camille, Alana, shout out to you. Shout out to my grandson. If you don't know, he's my poo-ba-poo.
Your poo-ba-poo.
That's right, Omari. Shout out to Omari, Jonathan Jr., Tyron Jr. as well. Shout out to Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy and the All-American Girls. Shout out to you. Shout out to Patricia, Wilhelm, McGiffin, Queen Sonia, Queen Khaki, Queen. Did I say Queen Sonia, Khaki, and Bree?
Yeah.
Well, y'all got a double
We got a
shout
double
out for
shout
that.
out
Hey,
today.
how about that? C. Shorty Franklin, Gold Rosa, Pam Bailey, Renita Easley, Don Ferry, shout out to you. All the way in Africa, Amy Kanema, as well as Websterito Hostile Flow. Over in the United Kingdoms, my good queen friends, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross, shout out to you. Lorenzo Gabaniza, shout out to you. In the Netherlands, Edith Verhoek, shout out to you as well. Hey, listen. If you want to be shouted out, if you have someone that you want shout out that deserves to be represented 3 days a week, hey, hit me up at queensylvy@comic.com. Go to the website, The Queen Silvy Show, or wherever you're viewing or listening to this. Hey, get it in the comments section, smooth, and make it sure that we represent and get you taken care of as well.
Or just simply Google us.
That's right. Always bring the best in live entertainment talents and topics every Tuesday. The multiple award winning The Queen Sylvie Show. But hey, it doesn't stop there. From the producers of The Queen Sylvie Show, tomorrow on a Wednesday, we have Tim's Tidbits, and that's in the evenings on 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anything you want to say about the show for tomorrow, Tim?
No.
You always do, Dad Nebbit.
I think we might talk a little bit about how the indigenous Indians seem to be suffering extremely through the pandemic from deaths of their teenagers and like an undue percentage. And it'd be interesting to see why they have such a lack of health care. Things like that there. So, yeah, we'll get into that conversation. But, I mean, what haven't we done wrong already to the indigenous people? May as well do some more, right?
Hey. That and more is in store tomorrow when Tim's Tidbits airs. And Thursday, we have the Now You Know show with Queen Sylvie and Smooth Tim, encouraging, inspirational, and even funny segments from great people all over the world sharing their gift, their talent, their voice to you. So do tune in for that as well. In fact, if you want, go ahead and get signed up for Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game, where you can have your chance to have a little fun and win some cash prizes. That's right. And while you're at it, if you have not, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Queen Sylvie Show. Tim, how can we be followed?
Just Google us. That's the simple. We're on all these platforms. So the simple way is whatever your favorite platform is, you'll have the option to go wherever you want to go.
And Google Queen Sylvie, Smooth Tim, or the Queen Sylvie Show. Always here for you. I'm hungry now, so it's time to go get
you
something.
Hungry?
Yes, yes. I fast in the morning, and I'm finna eat in the afternoon. And it's on to the break of dawn. Thank you for tuning in, watching, listening for the Queen Sylvie Show. Until
next week.
That's right.
We will holla.
Holla. Award-winning the Queen Sylvie Show. You want to expand and get noticed? Then come outside your box and into our world. Internet advertising has a real impact on global awareness and even sales, so let's make an impact together. Offering for a limited time advertising and sponsorship packages that excel your purpose. So contact Queen Sylvie or Smooth Tim for the exciting opportunities that await.